I picked this draft setup for my home bar because I wanted something compact that still felt useful day to day. It fit the space better than larger options, rolled into position easily on its wheels, and started cooling quickly after setup. I also liked seeing spare seals included, because small parts always matter once a system gets real use.
I have learned that regular tap cleaning is non-negotiable if I want smooth pours. When I stay on top of that routine, flow stays predictable and cleanup stays easy. If I ignore it, sugar buildup causes trouble fast. Keeping a simple cleaning schedule has been the difference between a frustrating night and a setup that just works.
For events, this machine has been exactly the right size. I can skip coolers and bags of ice, keep serving organized, and avoid the usual mess. Guests always notice it, and it becomes a natural conversation point while still being practical. I like tools that look good but also reduce effort, and this one does both for me.
I really appreciate being able to repurpose it when needed. If I am not pouring from kegs, I can switch over and use the cabinet as a mini fridge with shelves, which keeps it useful all year. That flexibility made the purchase easier to justify because it is not locked into only one role in my space.
Assembly was straightforward for me, and I had it running without a long learning curve. I spent extra time dialing pressure and temperature because those two settings control almost everything about pour quality. Once I found the right balance, the system settled down and started giving me consistent results instead of random foam.
I managed to fit 216 kegs inside, though it took some careful positioning and patience with line routing. After that first setup, swaps got much faster because I knew where everything needed to sit. It is not difficult, but a little finesse in the beginning saves time every time I reload the cabinet.
I pay attention to shipping condition now, and this unit arrived usable even though the exterior had minor dings. What mattered more to me was that the core cooling and draft functions performed once I set everything up. Cosmetic flaws are annoying, but dependable operation is what determines whether I keep or return a machine.
The pressure regulator took me a bit to understand, but once I tracked the behavior over a few sessions, it became easy to manage. I now make smaller adjustments and give the system time to stabilize before changing anything again. That approach reduced overcorrection and made pours more repeatable from glass to glass.
I wanted value, not perfection, and this setup has delivered when I treat maintenance as part of ownership. Clean lines, stable temperature checks, and occasional seal inspections keep performance steady. Those basics are simple, and doing them regularly gives me better taste, better flow, and fewer surprises during gatherings.
Compared with serving from tubs of ice, this feels like a major quality upgrade in both convenience and presentation. I can keep beer colder, serve faster, and spend more time with people instead of troubleshooting. It turns hosting into something smoother and more enjoyable, which is exactly why I invested in a draft system.
I keep expectations realistic and focus on habits that protect consistency. I monitor internal temperature, clean taps before buildup starts, and check fittings whenever I swap kegs. That routine has made performance much more reliable and helped me avoid the kinds of issues that usually show up when draft equipment is ignored.
Overall, I am happy with how this setup supports real home use. Compact footprint, flexible storage, and enough capacity for 2 active keg lines. It is not just a novelty piece. With the right routine, it becomes dependable equipment that handles weeknight pours and bigger weekend events without turning into extra work.
What keeps me confident is that I understand the system better.